All right, let's talk about Olympia, the Evergreen heart. Now, on the surface, you might just see a quiet state capital, but our guide for today, a trainer named Neil, he discovered something else entirely. He found a city where the mundane world is just hiding some truly magical secrets. So let's open up his field guide and see what he found.
You know, this line from Neil's journal really just sets the perfect tone for our journey, doesn't it? It captures that feeling that, yeah, underneath all the polished marble and the perfect gardens of Olympia, there's this whole other older world just waiting for someone who knows how to look.
And that's really the key here. For most people, Olympia is exactly what you see on the left, a pretty, maybe kind of sleepy government town. But for a trainer, whoa, it's a completely different map. It's this incredible habitat just teeming with unique ghost, rock, and grass types. And they're all deeply connected to the city's history and its geography.
So, our journey starts in a place you would probably least expect it, right at the center of state power, the Washington State Capitol building. Neil had this sense that the place was more than just offices and legislative chambers. It was just buzzing with this hidden, ancient energy.
I mean, first off, the sheer scale of this building is immense. It's the fourth largest stone dome in the entire world. But that's not just some cool architectural fact. According to Neil's notes, this massive stone structure basically acts like a giant battery, storing and amplifying the ghost-type energy that just permeates the whole campus.
And Neil saw all this in a really unique way. Those 42 steps leading up to the entrance, to him, they weren't just stairs, but a symbol of Washington's history. He even described the grand echoing marble halls inside as a kind of civic Hogwarts, you know? Just filled with that same sense of ancient magic and hidden secrets around every corner.
And that's, of course, when things started to get a little strange. As he was walking through those halls, he just could not shake the feeling that he was being watched. He glances up at these intricate stone carvings on the walls, the frieze, and he swears he saw something shift. Was it just a trick of the light, or was the building itself alive?
Nope, not a trick of the light. A whole piece of the wall just detached itself. It was a statuary.
So get this. This incredible creature, a rock and ghost type, is basically a living gargoyle. And Neil noted it had this uncanny ability to mimic his own movements. He did a little soccer footwork just to test it, and this little guy made of sandstone copied him perfectly. How wild is that? It was both a little unsettling and absolutely fascinating.
See, you can't just go in and battle a statuarica head-on. They're basically protectors of history, so they are incredibly intelligent. Neil figured out pretty quick that it loved puzzles, so he pulled out a little portable chess set, and the second the statuarica was completely absorbed in the game, that's when he made his move. What a brilliant strategy.
Okay, next up, we're leaving the capital and heading downtown. We're going to check out the famous artesian wells, which are rumored to be the source of the whole city's good fortune.
This old slogan, "It's the water," tells you everything you need to know about Olympia's relationship with its water. For centuries, this pure, pressurized water that just bubbles up from these deep underground aquifers, well, it's been the lifeblood of the city. It's totally central to its identity and all its local lore.
So Neil finds one of these public taps. It's marked by this beautiful mosaic, and locals are there filling up their jugs. And right there, just shimmering above the spout, he spots it, a creature that looked like it was made out of the artesian water itself. And this little being is the Acufrent, a water and psychic type that really embodies the spirit of the springs. Neil described it as looking like a tiny, liquid version of Rome's famous Tivoli fountain. It's a shy but really beneficial creature with an amazing ability. It can instantly purify any liquid it touches.
This encounter, though, was different. Neil didn't even try to capture it. He just sensed that the Aquifrent was more of a guardian, not a combatant. So instead, he just sat down and shared some of his snacks. And in this really beautiful moment, the creature thanked him by using the move Refresh to fully heal Neil's entire team.
All right, for our final discovery, we're heading down to the waterfront. We're at Percival Landing, which is the historic hearth of Olympia's whole maritime past. This is a place that's just filled with the ghosts of old steamboats and that salty sea air. As Neil was strolling along the boardwalk, he noticed something odd about the public art. These sculptures, which are made from salvaged marine parts, they seem to be in different spots than he remembered from just a few minutes ago. Was he just imagining things?
And then one of the sculptures, this messy pile of driftwood and old rope, it suddenly just moved. It was a deco, a total master of camouflage. The Deco is a really tricky water and grass type. It's this scrappy little fighter that absolutely loves to snatch food from tourists. Its signature move is called Tide Turn, which it uses to make a super quick escape. Neil said that battling one felt exactly like playing a high-energy video game, you know? It required split-second timing and a crazy fast quick attack to even have a chance.
So, after a day of these incredible encounters, Neil sat down to log his most significant discovery. Let's take a look at the official entry. And here it is, the statue Acror, a rock and ghost type with the ability History Buff. I mean, that's just perfect, right? And you have to love this fun fact. It often sneaks into libraries and government offices, and it just sits perfectly still on a desk, pretending to be a paperweight. Can you imagine the surprise when your desk decoration suddenly gets up and walks away?
Ultimately, I think Neil's journey through Olympia is such a great reminder that history and magic, well, they aren't always tucked away in museums or ancient ruins. They are alive in the architecture we walk past every single day, and in the water that's right there, bubbling up from beneath our feet. So it kind of leaves you with a question, right? If you look closely enough, what incredible secrets are just waiting to be discovered in your own hometown?